Hey builders, if you have ever had to write code to deal with the messy, unpredictable text that comes out of a large language model, you know the pain. Well, today, we're diving into how you can get perfectly structured, predictable JSON from your AI every single time, using a technique called Model-Controlled Prediction, or MCP.
Stop parsing AI outputs. Let that sink in. This isn't just a catchy phrase, it's the new reality. For way too long, we've been stuck writing brittle scripts in crazy regular expressions just to figure out what an AI is trying to tell us. That whole era, it's coming to an end.
The core problem has always been this total lack of predictability. You know the drill, right? You ask the model for some specific data, and what do you get back? A wall of text. Sometimes it's right, sometimes the formatting's a little off, and sometimes it just invents fields out of thin air. It is pure chaos. And this slide just shows that transformation perfectly. On the left, you've got that messy, unreliable text blob that we're all unfortunately used to. But on the right, that's the goal. Clean, predictable JSON that your application can actually use without a second thought. We're moving from guesswork to guarantees. And this is the really crucial point. We are leaving the world of parsing and regex in the rearview mirror. Instead, we're stepping into a world where the AI gives us data that's already been validated, data that your application can use instantly, data you can actually trust. Okay, so how do we make this happen? Well, it all starts by defining what's called an output schema. You can think of it as a contract or a set of rules that tells the AI exactly what kind of structure we expect it to deliver. The output schema is literally your contract with the AI. It's the rulebook for your data. Using the well-known JSON schema standard, you basically create a blueprint that dictates the exact structure you need. You define every field, its data type, and any other rules it has to follow. And you can get incredibly specific. I mean, look at this. For a simple contact extractor, we can demand that the name field is a string. We can validate that the email field actually matches an email format. We can even provide a regex pattern to make sure the phone number is valid. This gives you such powerful, fine-grained control. So now that we have this foundation, we can unlock some incredibly useful patterns. Let's walk through 3 of the most common and most powerful use cases to really see what's possible here. First step is extraction. This one's all about pulling structured data out of a huge sea of unstructured text. Think of it like a precision tool for finding that one needle in a giant haystack. Here is a perfect example. We feed the model a simple sentence from an invoice. Now, instead of just getting more text back, the AI uses our schema to pull out the invoice number, the due date, and the total amount. And it even gets the data types right. No parsing needed. At all. Next up, we have transformation. This pattern is for when you already have data in one format, but you need to reliably convert it into another one. So let's say you want to convert a markdown document into a structured JSON object that represents its hierarchy. The title, sections, headings. With a defined output schema, you can do this reliably every single time. You're literally turning documents into data. And our third pattern is classification. This is all about taking a piece of content and assigning it specific labels or categories from a list that you've already defined. This is a total game changer for things like triaging support tickets. The AI reads the user's message, and based on your schema, it classifies it with a category like billing and a priority like urgent. And because we can use enums in our schema, the AI is constrained to only use the categories that you've approved. Okay, so now that we have these reliable outputs, we can start building some truly robust, multi-step automations. Let's see how this all comes together to create bulletproof workflows. Of course, things can still go wrong sometimes. The AI might occasionally produce an output that doesn't quite match your schema. The key is to have a strategy. You can automatically retry with a stricter prompt, or maybe return a partial result with a warning, or you could just log the failure to help improve the model over time. The point is, you are always in control. And this is really where it all comes together, chaining tools. Because the JSON output from one tool is perfectly structured, it becomes a reliable input for the next one. You can extract contacts and then immediately pass that clean data to another tool that adds them to your CRM. It enables this kind of seamless, beautiful automation. So let's just zoom out for a second and talk about the big picture. This isn't just some small incremental improvement. No, this is a fundamental shift in how we build with AI. This bar chart really says it all. I mean, look at how much time and effort we used to spend on parsing and error handling with traditional AI. With structured outputs, that entire chunk of work practically disappears. It frees you up to focus on building, not parsing.
And the payoff for you, the builder, is just immense. You get compile-time type safety in your code, you get intelligent autocomplete in your IDE because it knows the shape of the data. Refactoring becomes safe and easy, and your tool APIs become self-documenting and totally predictable.
Ultimately, what this means is your AI model stops being this unpredictable text generator. It transforms into just another reliable, type-safe API in your software stack, as dependable as your database or any other service you rely on.
So, I'll leave you with this question. Now that you have an AI that behaves like a predictable, reliable API, one that gives you perfect data every single time, what are you going to build first?